Howdy Commanders, welcome to the War Room. Today I'm bringing to you a recent replay of Supreme Commander. This is somewhat of a grudge match. I'm playing through Forged Alliance Forever, which I highly recommend, by the way. Put a link in the description. And I just fought this guy, or played this guy, I'm not sure what you call it. And he wiped the floor with me. I stalled my power production. Produced, like, overcommitted into my air force, and he was ready for me. He figured me out too quickly, and he absolutely wiped the floor with me. I found out that he was he or she, don't know, he was a bit of a quick expander, if that's what you call it. He just pulled his commander out, like, right from the beginning and took as much of the map as possible. So then I played another game right after that, and it turned out to be the exact same guy. Exact same person, rather, if we're being politically correct. So I figured, right, I'm going to beat him in his own game. And this is what I'm doing right here. So I start off with an air factory, because I love to get out my air scout and a couple of light gunships straight out of the gate. And I follow that with a couple of power gens and then mass extractor. And of course, right after my scout, I get a couple of engineers to get the other mass extractor in my area, a couple of power gens, because I usually stall on my power, and get a land factory going. So I got the scout all up in here because I want to see what he's doing. I feel that's very important, especially with this guy, because he seems to see he's out halfway across the map already, coming out getting all those power gens with his commander. He's going to be faster, and he's going to have a little bit of defense there, because unless I'm very much mistaken, the commander builds faster, and of course he's got a big ass cannon that's for the most part going to make mincemeat of T1 units. And we never actually got to T2 here. This is an entirely T1 fight, and only lasted about 8 minutes. I was pretty pleased with myself. So I'm trying to beat him in his own game. I get my commander out as quickly as possible. He, of course, beats me to it. He's getting it further out, and I'm not going to show you what he's doing. I'm not doing the observer view, because I don't want to be a dick. I don't want to give away his secrets, so I'm just going to show you what's going on from my point of view. There we go. I'm keeping tabs on him with my scout, and of course sending the commander off in one direction and an engineer off in the other. I sent him off. I planned this engineer's route beforehand, before I knew that the commander was going to be in the way. So this engineer is going to be sacrificed, but I figure get as much mass as I can before that happens. But still, I probably should have redirected him. Anyway, so I got my first light gunship up, and I'm a little wary about this particular strategy, because I just played him, and he's probably going to think that, oh, this guy's just like a gunship spammer, so he's going to be ready for me. Luckily, he was not as ready as I thought he was going to be. I figured he'd litter the place with anti-air. He didn't, which is great. I just stumble upon that engineer right there. Pure luck. I managed to take out an engineer and a mass extractor. Meanwhile, my commander is slowly making his way across the map. Just catch a glimpse, but I don't think I noticed it at the time. Caught a glimpse of, rather, an engineer setting up some point defense. My engineer up here gets pretty far, further than I anticipated, and then he gets taken out. Meanwhile, I stall a little bit. Once again, I stall on my power. Not that I'm using too much, but not that I'm not producing enough. It's that I'm using too much. We're trying to do too many things with too little power, I think. But it paid off for me in the end. So I get another engineer out to help this factory along, because my strategy here is to harass with my air, but not to rely too heavily on it like I did in the previous game. And there we go. I wasn't quite quick enough, but this was completely unintentional. This was entirely luck. I think this sort of distracted him to what was going on here. So I feel like he might not have known that my commander was there. I feel like maybe he felt that I was going to go in that direction, because he set up point defense there. Like, that was it. He just set up some point defense. It's not like it's protecting anything. So he probably, hang on, we gotta get a view of it here. Yeah, it's point defense without mass extractors. So he probably anticipated that I was going to go in that direction. But I feel like I distracted him as my commander was going past. I'm not sure, but that's just the way I feel. So we got more land factories up here. I've committed to a heavy land assault. That's how I'm going to mop him up. And setting up a secondary land production base on this end so I can do some flanking. And he's finally taken out my air scout. Now at this point, now that I have no vision, I don't know what he's doing. So I'm a little concerned. I'm not sure how big his army is, if he has one at all. And I know that my power isn't going great. It's a lot better now, as you can see, but it was not going great, and I'm wary from the last fight that I did stall on my power. So I sent sort of a land assault, and this was not a great idea. I did get a little bit of payoff, as you'll see. But the reasoning here was just to harass him, always keep him on his toes. Even if it doesn't do anything, I'm just sacrificing units, which is probably not a great idea. But I just figured, always keep him distracted with something. And I'm attacking his commander here, so he's got to, check it out. At least, here we go. Yeah, now my power's gone up the creek. However, I'm starting to produce a respectable army here. My little assault, of course, falls flat, but luckily I've got light artillery with me at the time. Boom. And I take out his line of power generators there. But they are about to be taken out by his commander any second. There we go. And they're done. Again, I'm using his strategy against him. Again, another little assault that doesn't quite make it. Oh no, I didn't realize I actually took out one point defense. Not bad. But the other one finishes me off. I think this little artillery keeps firing away though. There we go. So right now I've got, I think, 2 gunships, or just one at the moment, and a bunch of light artillery and assault bots. Again, I'm stealing his strategy. I'm using his tactics from the last game against him, but I'm being a hell of a lot more aggressive. I think the last game went on for like 20 minutes, and he just slowly took over the whole map and enclosed me. Anyway, so I initially sent my army up here to try and take out his mass extractors, but then I realized, you know what, let's just set it straight up the gut. I've got enough units. Lucky me, he sends his commander out, and little does he know, right into the middle of my main force, a couple of gunships, a bunch of light artillery and assault bots, and he is done, my friends. I didn't even need my secondary base. At the moment, I'm freaking out, jumping for joy, and there we go. That's the revenge match of sorts. And for once, I get the revenge. So that's the way it goes, folks. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you want to see more Supreme Commander Forged Alliance replays. I would certainly like to do more of them because I enjoy this game a hell of a lot. So don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and dudes, support the RTS genre. Support it with your hard-earned money. And let's show those devs and publishers that RTS is a genre worth making. Anyway, if you're interested, the music playing in this video is my guitar concerto number 1 in C. That's right, I play the guitar. I'll put a link to my SoundCloud and my website where you can find this track and many more. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time. Roleplay Gamer out. This was an unpaid presentation. All proceeds will go to the Roleplay Gamer Fund for clinical awesomeness. Bow down to the power of the guitar in all its 80s glory. Power 80s and glory are registered trademarks of the Roleplay Gamer Inc. No gamers were harmed in making of this video.